All right. So welcome everyone to this event. So this is a pre-event as well for the Data for Healthy Recovery hackathon that we're going to have starting on the 18th of June. The goal of today's event is to listen to some of the ideas that the participants have already submitted, and through listening to those ideas, help to either craft them or see, where they're going, try to understand what challenge this idea best fits on, and then very importantly, see if the idea owner needs someone else to still join the team. So after the person has pitched, what we will ask is that after you've pitched, please paste the link to your Event Tornado submission on the chat in the Zoom chat, so that everyone listening, if they are interested in this idea, they can go there and check it out. And if it makes sense, we might also, at the end of everyone pitching, we might open up some breakout rooms for those who want it, some breakout rooms, so that you can discuss with the idea owners one-on-one. Does that make sense? Yeah. So without much further ado, I think the first person who wanted to pitch is Edgar's.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Maybe we see if we share our screen, or I don't know if you have your slide there.
I don't.
Do you have a slide, Edgar's?
No, I don't.
Okay, but then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We like you as you are, so so I was just going to look for a slide. I will put you in the spotlight, and go ahead.
Okay. Hello, my name is Edgars, and I'm representing Team Marcella. Data in the biotech field is a very important resource to understand how organisms work and behave. And it's very important to understand how we can create better products and solutions. But when we are starting to work with the human information, genetic data, or different omics data, then there are many privacy concerns that we have to challenge. And that's why my idea is to create a solution that could still gather relationships out of this data by using machine learning, and that would work. That our team would create synthetic data generator that preserves the same statistical relationship that the original data set has, and then later those who want to use this information doesn't have to be concerned about privacy, because the way the synthetic data generation works, it doesn't include the original information about individuals. And this would be very valuable for those who acquire this data and store, so they can share it more easily. And for those who want to use it, so they have access to it and maybe manipulate the data like you would the original data without losing the information. And that's the main idea. And the minimal thing I would like to see in the hackathon would be create a small machine learning model that could manipulate the original information, human genetics. Yeah, and I will post the link now.
Yeah, and Edgar's, who do you have in the team already, or who are you missing?
In the team, I already have a person that's working with software and IT regulation, a business person, I have a biologist. Myself, I am a computer scientist, and we would like to maybe meet someone who has experience in creating and writing machine learning models. Mm-hmm. So a programmer, preferably.
Okay. And you have already submitted something on Event Tornado.
Yes. I'm just gonna
And
post the link to everyone.
you post the link. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm, 1 second. Yeah, I think you posted
the
the generic
generic
idea.
area, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think there was a couple of times on the pre-events before as well where we have where it's hard to post the right link. I'm just gonna check where would you get the right link. It has been an issue.
Yeah, it's not the first one. I think a lot of
I
people.
think also Pilla posted the wrong link.
yeah, I posted the right one.
Okay, you posted the right one. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite easy to post this wrong one.
Yeah, when you go to your idea, you have to click again on the title, and then it goes to the link.
All right, so you already have some people in the team. You're looking for one more guy who could help you with the machine learning stuff. And it's mostly about data and how to make use of this synthetic data to avoid some of the data protection issues around medical data.
Yeah, yes, that's the basic idea.
And what's the specific challenge that you're going for?
How is that called?
Personalized predictive medicine.
Yes.
Do you need like now I have like this quite specific question, because we have had different discussions with Tõnu from Estonian Biobank, who I believe is the challenge owner. Do you feel that you would like to get some sort of data from Tõnu beforehand, from Biobank beforehand, before the hackathon at the moment?
Yes, that would be awesome, actually. So
then Edgars, I will put this note, because I know it's quite late stage, but now we are starting to deal with the data. I will I will put you and Tõnu together into an email, so you can inquire about the data that's needed for you. Okay, does it sound good?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
All right. So my suggestion for everyone else listening, if you would like to talk to Edgars, then feel free to approach him on the chat. I saw that Gleb also posted his LinkedIn profile, so that's good. And if we have time at the end of it, we might do a breakout room for anyone interested in this one.
But also you have Event Tornado's chat.
Yeah,
so
use that.
Remember the team name Marcella, and remember Edgars Liepa, because I know that some of you have to go right now and then you don't have the time to stay later tonight, and it's also Friday night. So definitely encourage reaching out or Event Tornado's chat as well, especially before the team formation.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. I think Martina wanted to do next. Martina Marcova.
Hello, everyone. Yes.
Thank you also, Edgars.
Martina,
did
you send the slide? Yeah, we're going to put...
I did. I would also appreciate if you do the sharing of the slide for me.
Yeah, it's no worries. Just tell me your idea name, please. What was the idea name?
DemoSat is the name of the idea.
Yes, just a second. All right.
Okay, so 90 seconds start now, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so hi, my name is Martina and I'm the team lead of Team DemoSat. This is also the name of our project. So the problem that we're tackling is pretty huge. Did you know that actually 7 million people die due to air quality connected issues each year? And the medical expenditures connected to this amount to almost $20 billion per year. That's what the World Health Organization says. It's a huge problem worldwide, and the recent pandemic also showed a clear correlation between air quality and a fast viral spread with increased disease burden. So to tackle this huge problem, we identified a couple of smaller steps that we can take starting today by talking to different possible users. And these are, number one, the lack of knowledge about air pollution and also about the health effects on the individuals. And many people just prove that they don't know how are they influenced by this problem. A second is they don't know how to be informed about air pollution, or if they are informed, they are not sure how to reduce their high exposure to airborne particles. So to tackle these three issues that we have broken down, we have created DemoSat, which is a health-focused air quality monitoring platform that provides integrated data sets from satellites and ground sensors about the air quality, but also provide demographic and health-related data, which is gathered through the users. The smart machine learning algorithms then will provide personalized recommendations to individuals at risk on how to reduce their exposure, and also do that without compromising on their quality of life or work-related activities. So we're targeting people who have diseases such as asthma, allergies, cardiovascular conditions, chronic lung diseases. And the way it looks is that a user, let's take Amy, for example, could be an asthma patient with 2 small children. She would be able to see her location on an interactive map, see what the air quality is there. And if she's a registered user, she will be able to provide her health data about her asthma condition so that DemoSat can provide her with actionable recommendations that would actually help her to know when to go out, when to go to work, when to bring the kids out. And based on the data from DemoSat and data provided by the employees, companies will take actions too. For example, they can plan when and how many employees can have home office, get additional equipment such as air purifiers, and implement also ventilation plans based on what's the air quality outside of their building or inside of it. And also there are a couple of underserved industries that can take advantage too, such as insurance companies, sport clubs, athletes, and production plants. And the way it will work is that it will be, of course, free for consumers, because we really want to help. All of the income from consumers would come from affiliate marketing, links and recommendations for products that can help them. Companies would have to pay a subscription fee based on the number of employees that we gather data from and provide to the companies to take actions. To make this project a reality, we have assembled a team of 2 data scientists, a web developer, and a health professional. And we will be really, really happy if there's anyone out there who is a specialist in satellite data and who can help us a little bit with that part. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Martina, for that. So did I understand correctly that you have most of the team complete, and you're just looking for maybe one more person or 2 with this satellite data background?
One person with the requirement that we have would be great, yes.
Yeah, and which challenge did you submit this idea under?
It's called the Naval Safe Workplace. It's the Space SETI challenge, and we were thrilled to learn about the sensors that they use inside the office space, because so far we are dealing pretty much okay with data coming from outside the building that the satellite can measure. But our aim would be to try to integrate with the data that Space SETI can provide us during the hackathon.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And what is it that you want to do during the hackathon?
We would like to make some kind of validation of the idea and to provide our MVP, because we have already started working on visualizing the data from the satellites and the air quality index. So we would like just to validate, to see if it's a good idea to get some feedback, and also to finalize the MVP, and also to try to integrate with Space SETI's data sets that come from the ground sensors.
Yeah, I think Space SETI is quite open to sharing some of their data and APIs so that you can connect with. So I think that could be.
At least in the meet and greet, they said that that's exactly what they are going to provide the hackathon. So exactly. Seems like a good fit, yes.
But you said you have started to already work on something. Do you need some sort of a data help from Space SETI already right now?
I wouldn't say so. I think during the hackathon it would be a great thing to test.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But would you also please post your idea here if you haven't yet?
We would post the idea in the Ideas pane on Event Tornado. We still haven't done so. We still have, I think, a week to go. I would, however, share a LinkedIn link so that anyone can contact me also after this event.
All right.
I think the idea of having all the ideas submitted in Event Tornado, even if they're not, perfect, is that the sooner they are exposed in Event Tornado, the more likely it is that other participants can look through them and would want to join them. So don't wait until the 7th to submit your idea, because you can always change it, you can always edit it.
Yeah.
And whatever jury or the comedian
I would
who's
also
gonna be doing the evaluation, they only do it after
the 7th. So we don't really evaluate, we don't judge, no one judges before the 7th really. So have your idea out there. It's like a really good idea. Definitely a good hackathon idea in that sense that this can be visualized, prototype can be done based on what you just pitched. So put it out there. I really encourage you, like in the next day or two, and then you have already, a place where people can actually apply, because the team formation and the idea submission deadline, because of the lack of the time, unfortunately, is one and the same.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, thank you very
Good
much.
luck, Martina. Very nice idea.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think Rauno wanted to pitch, at least he messaged.
Yes.
Yeah, did you also submit a PDF?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right, but then you can do it. You can do it without.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So 90 seconds, and I see that we have a lot of new participants. There's 27 participants now. So for the ones that join later, what we're doing now is letting the people that already have an idea, they will present their idea in 90 seconds or so. And then, we ask some questions. They post the link to their Event Tornado submission. And if you want to chat with them, you can always do it in the Event Tornado chat. So Rano, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Rana. I'm a first-year startup entrepreneurship student from minor. I want to tackle health by making them people more active. Good health contributes to more productive workforce and better mental health. Almost half of Europe's population does not exercise enough, which increases the risk of getting a heart disease in the future. I'm planning to develop a location-based mobile game for company employees, a game where players can go outside and explore the city. Fun game where players develop their teamwork, planning, and decision-making skills, combining learning and physical activity. Players can form teams and compete against each other and discover new places in the city. Companies can help providing sponsorship for the game destinations where players face challenges and win awards. In return, companies can showcase their brand and have more healthier workers. I'm looking for experts in game design, business, and marketing. Thank you.
All right, and Rauno, so did you? I don't know if it was clear for everyone when you were pitching, but do you have an idea already what type of prototype you want to build? And first of all, which challenge are you submitting your idea to?
I was thinking about submitting under public space safety for customers.
Mm-hmm. And do you have an idea of which type of prototype do you want to build?
Pretty much, I am planning to go to the hackathon at 6 o'clock today, which also is the public health gaming hackathon. And I think that the game should be good for businesses who want more foot traffic around the area, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
you also described it as this Pokemon Go type of a game a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who do you already have in the team?
I have one person who is also a classmate of mine. She's in marketing, and that's about it right now. So yeah.
But maybe today you pick up some few more members at today's hackathon, and then you come to the other one with a bigger crew.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is it like an old school physical hackathon or no?
I know it's in a Discord server, but
okay. Then it's online. If it's in Discord, then it's online. Okay, I was thinking, we have this Friday night game night thing going on, but not yet. We are not there yet.
Unfortunately,
yes.
Rauno, did you post the submission link to the chat?
You haven't posted.
On the event now, I haven't posted that, but I will do it.
Okay, so just like we said to Martina, make sure that you post the submission early enough so that other people might take a look at the idea and they can join your team. Otherwise, if you do it by the 7th, then it's too late and then other people cannot join your team. If you have a full team, that's fine. But if you're still looking for members to join, then take advantage of the fact that you get a little bit of exposure and you can use the Event Tornado chat to talk about your idea.
Okay.
And good luck at the hackathon tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. I think now the next three are Brian, Pila, and then Juliana. So Brian.
Brian, you're muted. Yes.
There, that's better.
Yeah.
Can you guys show my slide?
Yes, which one was it?
It was ninja thing, right?
Yeah, health.
We have so much help, you have to be more specific. What was the name
That
of
says SIA.
SIA.
S-I-A.
Yeah.
Yes. Got it. We found it.
We're gonna share it.
We will share it.
All right, go ahead.
What's your name?
SIA Social Intelligent Assistant.
We're Ninja Mobile. We won the EU versus virus hackathon last year for our educational assistant. And since then, we have been working diligently on our technology and our design for our conversational assistant. And we saw this hackathon. Estefania, who is our research psychologist, saw this hackathon and enrolled us. And I thought it'd be great to pick up some team members and continue to work on our demo. We're installed in a technical school with 60 IT instructors banging on this thing, trying to break it. And we're wanting to do social. So social health is endemic to recovery. It's really, really important. I personally have lost 2 family members during COVID, and it's been rough, not just in a mental health way, but also in a family and an extended friends way. We've all suffered as a result of COVID. So we want to make an intelligent assistant that not only monitors blood pressure and heart rate and our standard health, but also supports people who have illnesses and who have struggled with COVID directly. And we're looking for team members specifically that can help us to integrate JavaScript. If you have experience in Node-RED, you're especially attracted to us, and also in Unity. So we're building in those platforms, and we're looking for team members to address those things. Our current team is policy, have capability in policy. I have a background in sustainability and applied technology. Estefania is a research psychologist, and also in business. So we're pretty good on all that, but we really could use a ninja in that's a full stack ninja in JavaScript, Unity, C#, and IoT. Thanks.
All right, Brian, thank you for that. So I understand if you were participating in the EU versus virus hackathon, what's the sort of like what's the progress? Where are you now at with your solution?
So the solution that we had built for EU versus virus, you can find at teamyop.com. It's an educational focused intelligent assistant. It's deployed in education. We're doing some research in education. Our grants have been focused on education, and many of our submissions have been on that. And this is to extend the capability of our intelligent assistant, our conversational capability, to monitor folks' health directly, and then integrate that with the social aspects of recovery.
But then give me a sense of how, or like if you come to this hackathon and you find this ninja or these ninjas with those skills, what aspects of your application are you going to be working on?
Oh, specifically, we have a scheme to do plugins for health monitoring. Okay. So the data that we would need to understand, and we need to do research, and that's the point of a hackathon, right? Is to learn new things about very, very specific coding activity. And so addressing what monitoring is important, addressing the skill set of accessing those data streams, and integrating it into our existing product.
Mm-hmm. All right. Which challenge have you submitted your idea on, or have you?
Oh, I think I can post to everyone.
Yeah, post that on the chat to everyone. Then
yeah,
to see it.
Did that come through okay?
Yeah.
And we're looking at real-time health monitoring and remote care.
Makes sense.
So that's our challenge.
Yeah. All right, so you're looking for this ninja to join your team. You already have a pretty solid background. You've been working already for a while, so you have a kind of going thing, and you're coming to this hackathon, hopefully with the help of this person or whoever has joined your team, to develop some new features or some new integrations, data integrations to your application, right?
Exactly. You said it so well.
All right, very good. So since you already have something on Event Tornado, then my suggestion is also, if you want to hang around here for a while, we might at the end open up a few of the breakout rooms for people who want to connect with each other. And if not, then hopefully people get in touch with you in the chat function inside Event Tornado.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. Let's go on to the next one. The next one is Pila.
Yes, thank you. Could you please share the slide for me?
Yes. What was the...
I know, actually. So some of the names I remember already by heart.
Oh, that's great. Then we have a great name.
I think it was, or perhaps not. What was the first name? It was Elfgard, yes.
Yeah, we got it. All right.
Thank you. So I'm Villamoni, and I'm the idea author of Elfgard, and it's based on my master thesis. Healthy lifestyle accounts 80% of person's health, and it remains to medical care and genes about 20%. So the cost of sickness days for companies is about 138 billion euros a year in Europe. At the moment, preventive services account only 3% of health budget in EU. There is no good tool for patients that helps them to keep track of their health data, and that will reduce the need to visit the doctor and helps healthcare be more focused on prevention. Healthcard will be the health maintenance tool, and it's multi-purpose app that offers value for different groups, employers, employees, and healthcare providers. It helps collect all relevant health data in one place automatically from different sources, from your smartwatch, your genetic information, your medical data, and using AI algorithms, you can collate it a single composite score, and we are providing users easy to understand indication on general wellnesses and personal guidance on healthy behaviors to modify their lifestyle to reduce cardiovascular diseases. For employers, it's a tool to reduce sickness days and mental illness, burnout, and that kind of illnesses. And it's also a good tool for doctors to avoid multiple labs. In Hackathon, our master plan is to set up test databases using prototyping tools, link together health, wellness, and genetic and medical data, and calculate their health, the first health score, and give personal guidance for healthy behaviors. So there is also some available spots in our team in UI UX designer, data scientist, and AI engineering. At the moment, we have a ready non-functional prototype, and we have worked also the risk score model. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Pila. Can I just ask which challenge did you submit your idea under?
We had the moment chose it was a protective personal medicine, I think, preventive personal medicine, but actually we see that there might be the other challenges where we should as well what was related with employers side and mental health. But at the moment we chose that one, so we are not sure if we can, submit different things, our idea.
No, I think at the end of the day, you need to pick one.
Yeah.
But of course, pick the one that you think is more relevant to you, and also the one where you think you can get the most support from the challenge partner. So take a look at that as well. But for your application that you want to build, who is going to be the end user, or who's going to be the
At the first end users will be the employers who will pay for it, but our the bigger vision is that actually to become digital medication and partnering with pharmaceutical companies, and then we see our pair will be governments, but this is the next steps. At first we're going to enter to the market through occupational health, because there is no medical requirements, and the testing is much cheaper on that area.
Yeah, and at the moment you said you have a non-functional mockups, and
Yes.
during the hackathon you want to do
put the live databases and to become to the MPV, so it's really working in real data, and
that's also why you need some extra members, right?
Yeah, that's why we need some extra members.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have already contacted me, so it seems our master plan we will gonna change. Maybe it depends who we can pick up to our team.
Yeah. Okay, so just like I suggested to everyone else, make sure you post your submission on the chat for everyone, because I think the one you submitted before,
it was a wrong link, Pila.
No, it's okay.
No?
No, it's okay. Health card.
No, it's just and you can. I will put also my LinkedIn, so you can contact through it.
Yeah. So we see that to everyone, and then if people want to chat with you on Event or Another, they can do that. And if people stick around here, we can also open up the breakout rooms for everyone to see. All right, thank you very much, Pila, for that. And let's move on to the next one, which is Juliana.
Hello.
Hello. Let me just wait a second. Do you also have some slides?
I have one slide. Maybe I don't have my own slides. Maybe the picture that I have sent to you in a mail.
Yeah.
Yep.
We will open that. What was the name?
Juliana, what
Cardio AI.
Cardio AI. Okay, just a second.
We have cardio checkup.
Yep, cardio checkup.
Yeah. All right, we will share that. 1 second.
Yes. It's okay. So my name is Juliana. I'm from Cardio AI project, and we have built this solution for private clinics in Ukraine, and we've already launched it. So this is a single-use device with a take 2-channel ECGs. And this device could be sent by email and returned by email as well. And we've built end-to-end solution based on this device and based on our platform for ECG annotation and interpretation. But during this hackathon, we would like to develop the idea of selling these cardio checkups for corporate, because we have seen this area is very perspective, and we have seen the huge request from big companies who really care about their employees. So during this hackathon, I would like to find we need some help with customer development. If there are some people who have been working with big companies or who knows how to contact them, so it will be very useful for us.
All right. Thank you, Juliana, for that. So I understand that you already have something going on, right? You already have something.
Yep. Yep. We have launched this solution in Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but it's for medical clinics.
Right. And how is that going so far?
It goes very good. So we see a huge request, and doctors love this solution, and of course patients love, because if you have ever tried to wear traditional halter ECGs, you know that it's awful for your daily life, for your daily activities. And with this device, it's possible to make 3 or 5 day monitoring, and you can take shower and do your daily activity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why patients love this solution as well.
Yeah. And which challenge did you submit this idea under?
I have seen remote patient monitoring.
Remote. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. And you're still looking for 1 or 2 team members to join, right?
Yep. We would like to find somebody from with marketing expertise, or maybe with business development.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And perhaps I didn't catch it, but what is it that you're going to do during the course of the hackathon?
Customer development solution, because we would like to understand how to communicate with huge companies, with corporate, because corporate health is it's very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So maybe you also paste your idea link to the chat.
But I don't know how to do this, because now I'm using my phone,
okay,
my mobile.
Okay,
yes,
so don't worry about it.
Solution.
I will post it for you.
We will paste it.
Oh, thank you so much.
AI, and we will paste it there while we listen to the pitch after yours.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, maybe while we look for it, does anyone have questions for Juliana? If not, then let's go to the next one. And I think the next one is Stanislav.
Yes, hello. Sorry for being late. I had unplanned meeting at work. So.
That's fine. Stanislav, do you have slides or?
Yes, I have slides, but can I share my screen?
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. Then.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So yeah, this is the origin of this is mental health tools for employees. And as far as I understood, Kari Kontkar introduced this challenge. And Me and my colleague Maria, we were thinking of what to do, and we come up with Mentally, and we decided to take it like very more starting from engineering approach. And like, what's the problem is that we have depressed individual that, or maybe person that is like concerned about their mental health, and they, physically everything is okay, but mentally they have this like issues. And in Estonia right now, as far as I understand, you have to go to family practitioner or like your family doctor. Then family doctor kind of says, okay, you have probably mental health problems. And then you have to find another appointment and go to your psychiatrist. And they will say, okay, you have mental problem. This is like some pills and medication. And then they advise, okay, you also have to go to psychologist. And this is really, if I know whether people from here have ever been in the depressed state or like had any like mental health issue. That's kind of very difficult. That's it's kind of for you. It feels like a challenge. You have to go somewhere. You have to talk, and at all these three stages, you have to talk about your problems. And this is and like repeats same story again and again, which is not very pleasant when you repeat, and kind of creates a sense that no one listens to you, although it's might be not true. So what we decided is like our solution is let's have this depression questionnaire, or like whatever the existing tools right now, which are usually just doing by hand. Let's have it just digitalize that as a first step, and create some thresholds based on engineering, like just like scores, or maybe AI. I'm not sure whether AI at this point is necessary, but that we can automate some referrals. That okay, if we see that person is like depressed and like 80% we sure about that, so let's create automatic referral and send it to psychiatrists like immediately, and also advise like hotline numbers. If it's like 40-80%, maybe let's advise, let's send this to their family practitioner doctor, and they will kind of, okay, this is definitely needs to see a psychiatrist, or invited this person for the chat. So if you ask about the business model, basically this is the first screening, and this is optimize the cost of this first meetings, and makes employees more prepared for this meeting. Because yeah, usually the person just comes, tells all the problem, and employee has to come up with, okay, what should I do? So this data will be sent to the doctor, and they will be more prepared to meet this patient and depressed individual and provide the best possible service. And what we're missing right now is UX UI designer and mental health expert. Although we are educated on this topic, we are still don't hold any degrees. So we would appreciate if someone will join our team. And that's it from my side. Please follow up on your questions if you have any.
All right, Stanislav, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Just like I told everyone, just post also the link to your submission on the chat, so that people can take a look at it and can reach you. And which specific challenge did you post this for?
I think it's mental health, smart mental health solutions for employees.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, and so you have a pretty good idea of also what you want to build during the hackathon, like what type of prototype would kind of validate your idea?
Yes, I think what we want to do is simplify the questionnaire that's currently exists to detect depression, and just create kind of the HTML page which as an outcome, after the patient goes through all this checkup, it generates the file with all the data and easily can be sent to Digilugu, which is Estonian like healthcare system. But yeah, this is kind of depends on the infrastructure of Digilugu. And we see also this is easily scalable across all the countries. It's just like, yeah, extra.
Are you guys based in Estonia or?
Yeah, we are currently both studying in Estonia at University of Tartu.
All right, very cool. And there was this mental health expert that you needed, and who was the second person, like some UX or?
UX UI would be nice. We kind of course, this is like startup mode, and we can do everything by ourselves. But would be nice if someone can put it in, like soft and pleasant UI UX experience.
Yeah. So. All right. I don't know if anyone else has questions for Stanislav.
If no, I would be happy. Reach me out if you have any after.
Make sure you paste the link to your idea, then people can see it also on the event.
And chat on event or not.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Stanislav, do you need any help from Janssen beforehand, or have you been already talking with Janssen?
Yes, I contacted Kyrie on LinkedIn, and she mentioned that she will provide some summary from the chat with employees. But as far as I said, it's not ready yet. So yeah.
Actually, it's ready. I can send it to you. Just remember that I have to send it. I have to share it with the participants. I will put it on my task list. All right.
Okay. Then that's perfect. Yeah, because we want to improve our idea based on this also summary. And
okay, I will send it. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Stanislav. Let's now move on to the next one, which is Daniela.
I think perhaps Daniela pitched already. No?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Daniela, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you see me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you somewhere.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
It's your turn.
Okay.
Do you have a slide?
Yes. Daniela, what's the name of your slide?
Good for health.
Yes, just a second. I'm opening it now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't get how much time do I have because I see that the others present for more than 90 seconds. So
yeah, don't worry about it. It's 90 seconds, but we're not super strict.
Okay. Well, I have an idea of making an app that will effectively make people healthier. So how the idea was born, when the pandemic started, I heard that many experts said that our immune system is responsible for how our physical body will react to the virus. For example, it can react very severely, or it would not be able to cope with the virus. So I got interested in the immune system and found out that every activity and our lifestyle as a whole impacts the status of the immune system and its ability to respond to viruses and pathogens. So the way we eat, stress level, how much water we drink, our habits, and of course, physical activity. And because I tend to have, let's say, a relatively healthy lifestyle, and I use a lot of health apps, but I couldn't find one that analyzes all the health data that is stored on my phone and all the data that I put on such apps, so that it can tell me whether my immune system is in good condition or not. So this is why I decided to make such an app that analyzes health data and then it scores the status of the immune system. Based on the score of the immune system, the app will tell you which dimension is actually not working. Whether you're not drinking enough water, whether there is something wrong with your diet. What is the situation for your yeah, for your condition. So that you can make sure all the time that that your immune system is well balanced. This is an idea that can be easily replicated for different customer segments. What I have discovered so far is that health apps are mostly used by women, and women are much more interested in using such an app. So I would suggest that mainly women would use this application. I've developed the idea up to a certain moment, but then I had a problem within the team, so I'm participating again in this hackathon, and I hope to find new team members with which we can realize the idea. I also have a small prototype. I should also mention that. So we are currently 4 people in the team. One of them, Eneva, I think she's still in the meeting. Yeah. And we have another 2 people. What we're looking for is possibly a data scientist and maybe someone who has a specific knowledge on immunity and how the immune system functions. And maybe we would need another developer.
All right, thank you, Daniela. Let me just ask to be a bit more specific on the 2 things that I think I was missing. So first, you said that you already have some people in the team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you already have some sort of prototype built.
Yes, because I already developed the idea up to a certain point.
Mm-hmm. And so during the hackathon, what do you plan to do? Is it to develop the prototype further, or?
My idea is because I saw that there are actually 2 challenges that I can fit with the idea. So basically my intention is to fit that model to any of the challenges, and possibly find a partner like Roche or another startup with which to develop the idea and scale it up. Because as I said, it is very easily replicable, not only to different customer segments, but also to different markets.
And at the moment, which challenge did you submit?
I submit to the Roche challenge, and I was wondering if I can also submit it to the other challenge that I saw. Just give me a second.
I think, at the end of the day, you need to pick one where you submit.
At the end of the day, like, that's actually a good question. I don't think we have had that question before. Like,
yeah,
in reality, we will still, like, we won't get your team in the 2 challenges, but we will, if your idea is like a good idea, then we will choose it in the challenge where we feel it fits the best, right?
For me, it is important. I chose 2 challenges because for me it is important that I receive the best support for this idea.
I get it.
So I just saw last minute that there is another challenge that could potentially fit, but then when I saw what the challenge sponsor is offering, I'm not quite sure that would be would be enough. I mean, I'm also looking at which partner is offering what. So
yeah, makes sense. Let me ask you, Daniela. So if you are to build a advance the prototype during the hackathon, you say data scientists to join your team. Do you have a specific aspect of your solution that you'd like to work on during the hackathon? Because your solution seems to be quite big. So is there something that in the 48 hours of the hackathon, something that you'd like to spend most?
What's the technical prototype going to be?
You mean, okay. So yeah. So a simple prototype, the team, I think it's feasible that the team can develop for this hackathon would be based on very, very general hypotheses on some markers from the main dimensions that impact the immune system.
Mhm.
And at the end of the hackathon, we could present a sample app showing you, for example, after you enter your lifestyle details and some information on your nutrition, physical activity, and stress level. It will show you the scoring of your immune system. So that's that's the basic algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if anyone has some questions for Daniela. If not, then Daniela, I also ask you to paste your idea link to the chat, and then everyone has an opportunity to connect with you in Event Tornado, and also make sure that they chat with you and see if they want to join your team.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I have a question for Daniela.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is it?
This is Stanislav.
Hi.
I wanted to ask, like, do you have backup plan if you don't find the person who expert in immune system?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a backup plan if you don't find the person who is an expert in immune system?
Well, I don't necessarily need someone who is an expert on the immune system. I just said that because it would give a certain credibility to the solution. Actually, there is no such thing as an expert on the immune system, because the immune system itself is like a whole universe. And I am in contact with scientists and professors from universities in Germany, and I discuss with them a lot this question. So it's almost impossible to find someone that focuses on the immune system. Probably someone who knows a bit more about genetics and some chronic diseases or something like that. But I said it as a general outline for the immune system. But if you have any suggestions, Stanislav, please feel free to share.
Stanislav, did you want to recruit Daniela if she doesn't if she doesn't continue with her idea?
No. I'm just like asking because like you always have to have a plan B if
okay.
Like I think plan A will definitely fail.
Yeah,
I think that's true for everyone.
Yeah, I don't actually need a plan B for the moment, because as I said, the idea is already developed to a certain point. I mean, if you can be a bit more precise and elaborate a bit more why you think I need a plan B, that would be great.
I think it's just generic, like everyone is here looking for people to join.
Everyone in life needs a plan B.
Everyone is here looking for people to join their teams. But what if you don't get if you don't get these resources, right? I think also Stanislav was looking for the UX and was looking for the specific mental health expert. But if he doesn't find the mental health expert, he needs to have a way to do his prototype, right? So everyone comes here looking for people to join their teams. But in case you don't find the person to join your team, you still need to find a way to keep going, right? During the hackathon. So I think it's just
okay. Yeah. Now it makes sense. Well, yeah, I would. I'm super happy that we are already forming the team. For me, it's really important that the people that want to join us are engaged with the idea itself and have the motivation. So whatever the skills and knowledge they have, I can find a way to fit them into the team.
Super.
I just mentioned briefly some roles and some some expertise that possibly the person would need. But if someone is motivated enough or has a kind of a personal experience with the immune system, which is also very much welcome, please feel free to join, to text me, and yeah.
Daniela, just make sure you leave your link to your submission on the chat, and hopefully you find the persons that you need to join your team.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
let's move on to the next one. I think Ivan, you wanted to be next.
Ivan.
Yeah, hello, I can be next one.
Okay.
We'll let you be the next one, just a second. We're finding you so we can spotlight you. Did you also put your...
Yeah, can you move the slide?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I will open the slide in a second. 99, right?
Slide.
Just a second. Yeah.
Nine.
Ivan, you're breaking up. Just... That's the slide, right?
Yeah, this is my slide. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And 99 Plus is a digital assistant for early detection of diseases. I'm talking about cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and all these diseases can be stopped if detected earlier. Of course, you know that most burden of these diseases is by is by detection on late stages. And we want, with our digital assistant, to remind about needed medical examination or maybe laboratory tests in current period of person's life. And of course, to describe importance of each medical examination, of each laboratory test that person needs on a currently period. We want to use only evidence-based data, only data from contemporary guidelines of medical associations, of the most important medical associations, and of course it will be personalized reminders and based on person's risk factors. Currently we are looking for app developer, and I will be thankful for any ideas about any feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you. All right, thank you, Ivan. Thank you for that. Can I just ask which of the challenges did you submit your idea under?
Currently, we are on a stage of customer development. We are trying to find our first customers and understand them, the main challenges that they have, and how we can help them with our solutions.
But have you submitted the idea already on Event Tornado? Did you submit your idea?
No,
not yet.
Not.
Okay. So that's why I asked if you already have an idea. If you have already an idea which challenge this this fits under.
Now we are trying to find customers that can pay for our solution.
Yeah, that makes sense. And just so we understand a little bit better of the solution that you want to build, then my suggestion is that today or as soon as possible, make sure you go to Event Tornado and submit your idea there, especially if you're looking for a specific team member to join with specific skills. Then you should go there and submit this idea so that everyone who wants to participate in the hackathon, and I think we have over 300 people.
We have actually almost over 400 right now.
Yeah, over 400 people. Many of them are looking for teams to join.
Super.
So these 400 people don't have all ideas. They are looking for teams to join. But if your idea is not on Event Tornado, they cannot find you. Okay, so it's very important that
Yeah,
you
okay.
there, and then they can find you and see, okay, I want to join these guys. That's also why we're doing this event, and we're going to share this with all the participants so they can take a look at the ideas, and hopefully you get a bit of exposure. So please submit your idea on Event Tornado, and then others can find you, and hopefully you get a good team ready to join you. And then on the 7th of June, the selection starts to get made.
Yeah. I thank you very much. I get an information about that event and about Event Tornado also a few days ago.
Very nice that you.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Very nice.
All right, Ivan, where are you joining us from?
From Ukraine.
Ukraine. All right, very cool, very cool.
Ukraine.
All right. Thank
from
you very
Kiev,
much.
yeah.
From
Kiev.
Kiev. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you very much, Ivan. And
Thank you. Bye.
I don't know if anyone else
No,
has
we have
mentioned.
Andrea.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I speak. I didn't sign up anywhere for talking today.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. So, I unfortunately didn't prepare any slideshow for my idea, and my idea is not on Event Tornado yet because it's still being reviewed. But I have a team made of me and who I'm a medical doctor, and a colleague of mine, Flavia, who could not make it today. And so we both work in the field of personalized preventive medicine, and this is the field that we are applying for. So our idea is that we work as medical doctors a lot with patients who, of course, take drugs for their health problems. And as you might know, the way that drugs are given is more of a try and see what happens approach. So of course you have a disease and you can choose between some range of drugs, which one you give to some patient. But of course you have the therapeutic effects, but you can also have many side effects, or you can also have insufficient therapeutic effects. So our idea is that there's a field of pharmacogenomics, which is becoming increasingly active, and there's a lot of literature on the topic. And what we suggest is an algorithm extracting data from a data set, because we saw that the hackathon we will based on a data set from the Estonian Biobank. And we would like to extract the genomic data available for patients and see, based on the data available, the best drug we can give them for some specific condition. For the hackathon, we decided to focus on the statins, which are the second most prescribed drugs in Europe. But of course, the model is very easily scalable. There's a lot of evidence and literature, and we would like to bring an idea, but eventually the project is easily scalable. And for those patients that do not have such data already available in their data set, this can be, it's an information that can be easily produced. So even if you have, say, a blood sample, you can test them for the genetic, their genetic variant that they have of a certain enzyme, deciding how they react to some drug. And then you can prescribe one drug rather than another in order to avoid adverse effects or to have a better calibrated therapeutic effect. So we would, this is something that is really lacking in healthcare systems around the world, and specifically in Europe, where you would like health systems to provide such a service. And we think it can have a really, really big impact. There's already a lot of literature on this. It's something that is already being investigated, but we already did some market search, and it's not really that well integrated in healthcare systems around the world, and specifically in Europe. There's something in the US, but not really. And so this is the idea we brought.
All right, Andrea, very cool. Also very cool that your backgrounds, being a medical doctor, fits very well with that specific challenge. And you said at the moment you have 2 people in the team?
Yeah.
2 people.
Um,
And who would you like to join? What type of skills would you like to join?
So at the moment, we lack someone who's able to interpret a data set. So we have some skills of statistical analysis and of extracting data set, but we do not really work on that every day. So any data scientist or any molecular biologist who's very, very expert on that, or a genetist who is very good at extracting data from data set would be really useful. And so if there is any interest, please feel free to contact me, and we will upload our idea on Event Tornado in the weekend. So in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I think especially the ones that are submitting their ideas quite late. And I mean, let's face it, people have basically a week now to make a selection of which team to join, right? So if the ones that are submitting quite late and are looking for a lot of team members to join, it might not be a bad idea to just do kind of like what you did here, like a video recorded of your pitch, and put that on YouTube, and just put the link to that video on Event Tornado description. It makes it a little bit easier for everyone to also get an understanding of what the idea is about. This is valid for late submitters, but anyone can do the same thing, right? So just a suggestion for those of you who are just about to submit and are still looking for quite a few team members to join. And Andrea, did I understand correctly that the challenge that you're planning to submit is the one that has the Estonian Biobank as a challenge, right?
Yeah, personalized preventive medicine should be number 1.
Yeah, just like I said, I think it's very important to have the right challenge picked. At the end, we're going to pick the top teams per challenge for the hackathon. So I wish you best of luck, and do submit your idea so that people can take a look at it and consider whether you want to do that video pitching, and then put that link there.
Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right. I think Sten wanted to go next. So Sten.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I'll put the link down to the chat first. Link for the idea can be found there. Gulli, who's the team leader, is here too, but I'll be presenting. And there's a slide as well I sent you, the newest one. If you can open it up, or I can bring it up myself.
No, I can do it. Just tell me what was the name again.
First Mate.
Can you repeat that?
First Mate.
First Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that the challenge we're going for is the well-being in a remote work era.
Yes.
And the main focus would be on the mental health in here. So once you open up the slide, I can begin.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up now.
Now when I saw the picture, now I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, can't wait to hear about it.
All right. All right. So in the work era that we have all entered now, the remote work era, especially because of the pandemic, it requires us to be productive and always constantly moving. It's a fast-paced, and that will have a strain on mental health. For me and Gulli, for example, the sailing is a tool to kind of get the peace of mind, to relax, to go away from the fast-paced life and just enjoy the being outside, the air. And research on US veterans has actually shown that it's a good tool for a sort of therapy as well, that the people who went through sailing simulations and did sailing reported less anxiousness, less depression than people who did not. And our idea is to create a web application, a platform to connect the sailing enthusiasts, the people who want to do sailing, who want to use this as this kind of tool, with opportunities to do so, with clubs, sailing clubs, people who own sailing boats, and et cetera, et cetera. The companies can also use this platform to get their employees to go do some sailing, and in a therapy sense, to go away, get the feeling of air in your head, to get the benefit of finding you see the results immediately when you sail. When you do something correctly, you see the results, you feel it. And that's a really gratifying and really exhilarating feeling once you get to it. And in order to get the first prototype out there, the web application, we need another web developer and some financial expert and system architects to put it all together. I have expertise in computer science and sociology, but we do need some more skill sets in the web developing and web application development, especially PHP, JavaScript, and HTML will be much needed. And the goal is to put out the prototype of the web application by the end of it. Thanks.
All right, Sten, thank you so much for that. So I understand that you're submitting this to the mental health.
It's to the well-being in a remote work era, the challenge.
Okay.
Actually, Sven, like I've been speaking with Gülli, I believe, for a couple of times.
I'm here.
Yeah, and I think perhaps to the other participants as well, just describe shortly what you're already doing and what is it that you want to build extra during the hackathon.
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, we have been piloting in Estonia for 5 years, and we have taken the most challenged areas. I mean, like people with severe disabilities, with a lot of mental stress and overworked doctors, social workers, and put them on the water. And that has good results, as our questionnaires show. So yes.
But then during the hackathon, what do you plan to build? What's the plan for the hackathon?
Can I first add on to the last question too, is that especially when we're doing the sailing events for special needs people, it's called erilised purjetajad, special sailors, is a direct translation. It has shown as well, like they have told us that it is such a great feeling to go out there, and because they're limited in their movements and they're moving around everyday life, so the sailing gives them the sense of freedom and this peace of mind. And coming back to your question now, the final product, we aim to create this web application prototype that can also work on your phone and also on a web app, like for example, like Airbnb and Uber, like similar kind of web application idea.
Yes, yes, and it's like a matchmaking platform that at one side there is a yacht owner, a club, a sail organizer, and the other side is people in need or somebody who wants to take a trip. And then you have like a specific specifications. Do I have a disability? Do I have previous experience? Do I have money? And then make this two meet and share the yacht, or share the club, the small boats, or share the special needs people's boats. Mm-hmm. So that will be matchmaking platform sort of.
I think Stanislav had a question.
Yes, I have a question. So is it like for money, or is it free, or how, like what's the price for the person who want to go for sale?
That's a very good question. For now, for 5 years, I've been writing projects. So some of the money is, of course, from project. Some of the money is on professional level, can be from the therapeutic system, like occupational. It's a form of occupational therapy. Let's say hospitals with a lot of overworked people, and I've talked to doctors that they would really need that. So their workplace or whatever busy workplace can grant them a spot, and also that as if it is a matchmaking, you also like check a box that I'm ready to pay, and that the boat owner maybe puts it up. Okay, for 15 euros, you can be a part of the team for a, I don't know, Wednesday regatta, or a training or practice race, or a sightseeing tour on a bay. Yeah, so there is like options.
So do I understand correctly that this, what you just talked about right now, this is exactly the type of thing that you want to build during the hackathon, right? So far, you've been doing it yourselves, and you want to open it up to others.
Some automation as well.
This sort of
yes, marketplace.
Marketplace.
Yeah, on pro level. Yeah. Like on it takes years, like to right, to get it into the state systems, and but as far as companies, they can maybe adapt faster and be these pro users, and have like professionally paid, but also like the end users, or it can be like person to person with a special fee.
All right, Sten and Kuli, have you guys submitted already in Event Tornado?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, then definitely also paste that link on the chat so everyone can see it and they can connect with you on Event Tornado. And then good luck, and hope you guys make it.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the next one. And the next one was Umair.
Yes, hello. I would like to go if that's fine.
Sure.
So can you please bring out the slide? It's titled CAIR, C-A-I-R.
Just a second. I will
Sure.
put it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the screen now.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, hi everyone. I am Umair, and I'll be presenting this idea titled CAIR, so standing for Consortium Artificial Intelligence Rectified, for a challenge titled Safe Use of Medical Data. So it falls under that challenge and submitted under that challenge. So a quick word about me. So I have a PhD in engineering sciences and technology. I recently graduated. And for the past 4 years, I've been using AI, so for medical imaging in radiation therapy, to improve or to increase the clinical workflow for cancer treatment. And during those years, the common problem that I faced the most is that these AI models, they are data demanding, meaning for optimal performance, they require a lot of data. And clinical medical data, usually annotated medical data, it is rare. And that's where we need to access more data, and we have to make collaborations with other hospitals or clinics. So the standard data scarcity problems. So the solution to one way to circumvent this problem is that instead of going around asking for data from different hospitals, we can provide, or we can establish an infrastructure that does not ask for the data per se, but it's aimed at sharing the AI model. So we change the computing paradigm from data sharing to model sharing. So the main idea of this proposal is that we engineer an infrastructure that facilitates collaborative learning. And that learning can later on facilitate both researchers and physicians alike. Researchers can help train the models because they might or might not have the necessary background. And the physicians, they can be the potential test or end users who are not interested in training these models, but they are rather interested in evaluating such models. And the impact that it can create, as I said, data sharing is slow because it involves ethical issues. You have to go from department to ethical committees, and then even though if you succeed, the data is never enough or it's not clean enough. And on top of it, data privacy, GDPR compliant problems. That's why the proposal or the technical solution is that we don't never touch the data. So the AI model that's defined, and then every hospital just trains that model locally on their own data and updates the global model, which is then accessible to other models, to other entities in the consortium. And from the hackathon, during the hackathon, the idea is to develop a proof of concept that entertains these two different types of end users, such as the researchers and the physicians, with potentially different goals. One are training and evaluation, whereas the physicians are only for evaluation. And another, in terms of value creation, what it can bring to is that the physicians can use these models for prospective studies or for routine clinical data, not only limited to the retrospective data, which is the current case within the clinics. So that's the goal of participating in the hackathon. And for that, I've been in the medical domain. I have some AI expertise, and apart from that, I'm looking for some software developers, front end, back end, or full stack engineers, and possibly a user interface designer. So that's the in a nutshell. That's the basic core of the idea. So thank you very much for inviting and giving us the chance to present this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Very cool. I think this one needs a little bit of exploring because it at least for me, it goes a little bit over my head.
I'm sorry, it's a bit minimal. I mean, one slide I couldn't fit a lot of stuff. So
no, it's good. But I want to ask you some questions.
Sure.
So you say here that the problem is that the AI models are data demanding and data sharing has some caveats, some problems. So can you explore a little bit the problem? What's the problem here?
Yes. So usually the problems are first that is the time. So for the main bottleneck is the time for data acquisition, because usually, I'm based in Brussels, so I'm in Belgium, and here the approach that we took, and I really went through over that in my PhD, and that was like, first we have to get in touch with the physicians or with the radiology department, let's say. And once the head of department agrees to collaborate, then we have to convince the ethical committees of each hospitals. And once these ethical committees agree, then the data transfer happens. And then again, there's some GDPR, back and forth ping pong style thing. And it's just slow, like it takes a lot of time. So that's the main bottleneck is the time. And second thing is that even though after going through all this trouble, the data that you acquire is never really, one, it's never really enough. Second, it's never really clean, because let's say for radiation therapy, we need the contours, and these are the boundaries of the organs that they have to target during the treatment while dose delivery. And these are the boundaries delineated by the physicians. And the data is not clean in terms of
how does it change then? So you said that we move away from sharing data to sharing models, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
How does that make it how does that solve it? How does that make it
so then so the idea is like the data sharing problem is the big issue. Why? Because it has privacy and GDPR compliant. Where the idea here is that we don't care about the data per se. What we do is we provide an infrastructure, we give an AI model. That model is then used by the same department to train a network locally. So then it's faster. We don't have to go through the ethical committees because that's in-house dealt with. So it's faster, and it facilitates runtime deployment and potentially increases the data points.
Okay. And so during the hackathon, you want to build some prototype, or?
Yes, it would be more to have a proof of concept, because it's like a logistic and software point of view. It's like a big thing. So yeah, the idea would be to have a
proof of concept already.
So I'm currently in touch with one user interface, user experience designer. So I'm in touch, but we are not sure if she's on board or not. But so far, so we are two, and I'm looking for some engineers, as I said, front end, back end, or full stack, or data scientists, but with some data engineering background, because we might be dealing with different sorts of data.
All right, and so I'm assuming you want some people to join your team, right?
Yes, potentially, yes.
Definitely post your idea to Event Tornado.
I already did.
Yeah, so give us the link.
Post the link here as well.
On the chat.
Yeah, on it, yes.
And then everyone who wants to chat with you can do that to take a look at your idea.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. I think it's a super cool project. So I really hope you guys make it. Which challenge did you submit your idea under?
Safe use of medical data.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, then the next two are going to be Slavomir, and then there's Margus. If anyone else wants to go next, just write to us on the chat, and then we take a note of who wants to go next. But I think let's take Slavomir.
Yes. Hi.
Hey.
1 second. Did you have a slide?
Course.
Yes, I send it to you.
Yes, just a second. We're going to pull it up. What was the name of the slide, Slavomir? Do you remember?
Healthix Cloud.
Yes.
Yes, we have it. All right. We're going to share it. And you can go.
All right. First of all, thank you, Maria and Joe, for organizing this hackathon. And good luck to all the partners and teams. My name is Slavomir Semov, and I'm the team lead of Healthix. For the past year, and specifically since the COVID outbreak, healthcare systems have been put under tremendous stress. And with a complete digital modernization required in the entire industry, we are still facing several very important challenges that we haven't solved even before the COVID crisis. And they are aging population, the fact that doctors spend more than 24 work days in the year on administrative work. Also, the European Commission estimates a shortage of 250,000 healthcare professionals. And on top of that, our budgets, our healthcare budgets go mostly, or above 80% of our budgets go towards treatment of chronic diseases and their diagnosis and management. So it's obvious that a multidisciplinary approach is needed. We need to co-create the solutions, and we need to involve more perspectives in order to solve these problems quicker. So our solution is called Healthix Cloud, which is an on-demand health data platform that allows small, medium enterprises or pharma or biotech companies to build, test, and deploy healthcare products and services in real time. The product itself, you could please move to the following slide. The product itself contains a sandbox environment where small, medium enterprises can access de-identified clinical wellness or other type of health data. They can connect to the sandbox environment, which is literally a testing environment, and begin to simulate and pilot their solutions and clinical trials. After they have completed that portion of the development, they can submit their prototype to be validated further through a virtual hospital pharmacy infrastructure for digital products such as AI models or applications and so on, or conduct real clinical trials with a physical hospital pharmacy infrastructure. Post the completion of that, small, medium enterprises and other healthcare providers can benefit from a standardized regulatory process and streamlined subscription billing. This means that the administrative and financial management of the entire clinical process is simplified because it's currently very heavily regulated and complicated. It requires a lot of paperwork to be done in different countries, in different languages, with different stakeholders, and so on. So if there could be a solution that obviously puts that all in one place, I believe this could be a really big change for the industry. So what's the idea all about? Well, the core of the platform is a cloud architecture that enables seamless data exchange between small, medium enterprises, regulators, and so forth. It will enable reduction of R&D costs and reduction in administrative work. The revenue model of the platform is PaaS, which is platform as a service, and as well as data licensing. Our plan of action for the hackathon is, I would say, twofold. One of it, part of it would focus on the backend infrastructure, which is to create a small prototype with the Estonian X-Road interoperability framework, where we connect several stakeholders, and a front-end portion of the prototype where we can build a small digital, very broken interface for the small medium enterprises, where they can play a bit, not really to use any of the environments, but play a bit, and so that we can start generating metrics and feedback and really understand it further. I think that is in a nutshell. I could take some questions now. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Slavomir. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe just a couple of questions from our side.
And thank you for thanking us to organize the hackathon, but it was European Commission and Civita and bunch of other people, not just me and Joao, who put this together. Yeah, but
Yeah.
go ahead, Joao.
Yeah, the questions I had is, so I see obviously from your slides that this is something that you guys have been working on, right? So
Yes, we've been working on this for quite some time now, but not really. We didn't really develop anything. We've been working on this for maybe 5 months now, and we have realized that it's a very large scale project, and the possibility of joining this hackathon was a perfect opportunity to streamline it and produce like a peripheral part of that, so that we can advance it further.
All right. And for building that, do you need some skills extra?
Yes, at the moment in the team, we have myself. I'm mostly responsible for the management and the UX, the UI, and so on. We have Dario, who is the technological lead. He has a lot of experience in artificial intelligence and data. We have a junior data scientist as well. So we have the artificial intelligence part covered, but we believe that we need more people who are skilled in, for example, cloud architecture or cybersecurity. Or some sort of a full stack developer who could cover those areas where we're missing.
Yeah.
Even if we don't manage to find one, we would be able to scrape off and build the prototype ourselves. But as you can imagine, when you have a bigger team, it's much easier.
And Slavomir, which challenge did you submit this under?
We submitted our challenge originally under the predictive medicine, but later changed it to medical manufacturing and streamlining, because we think that it's more associated with what we want to do, and the potential of collaborating with a huge cluster of European companies could really make a difference.
Yeah. And where are you guys based? You mentioned something about the Estonian X-Road, so I was just wondering.
Oh, well, yeah, we're not in Estonia. I was in Estonia a few months ago, but right now I'm in Bulgaria. We have a person in London and one in Ukraine.
All right, so very European. That's very cool.
Yes, yeah.
All right. I don't know if anyone has any questions for Slavomir, but if not, then
Yes.
There is a question. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I would like to know, have you thought of piloting, and which countries are you planning to launch or test your excellent idea on?
Yes, we've been considering this topic a lot. I was actually the last 2 months in Italy, but I found out that, and my approach was actually wrong, because I was trying to approach hospitals, and hospitals are very difficult to convince in piloting things and so on, data regulations and so forth. So now I've completely changed my approach and trying towards top-down, where we work with directly with the regulators or clusters such as Europa Bio. But yeah, we've been thinking of piloting this service in a country that is smaller, potentially Baltic country or a Nordic country, who already are more familiar with these aspects.
Thank you.
All right.
Because, sorry, just to finish, because in countries like Bulgaria or in Romania, there's still no e-prescription, for example. So you can't even think about building a solution like this until we make the infrastructure for that. You know, there's still no infrastructure.
That needs to be the first step.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Super cool project. Again, I hope you get the team around, and make sure you paste your submission to your link, the event or another link, to the chat here, so people can take a look at.
Right.
And you know, just like I made the recommendation to the teams that have submitted later, I think for some of you it makes sense to also do a short pitch, just like you did today. Do that short pitch, put it on YouTube, and then link that in your event tornado submission, because I think that way you can also attract a little bit more attention to your idea.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And the next ones are going to be Margus and then Miguel. Margus, whenever you're ready, do you have
you should have some one pager somewhere in your mailbox as well. .live.
Margus, what was the name of the
.live.
.live. Mm-hmm. Did you send it very much late, or?
Probably 3:01 Central European time.
Okay, just a second, we will pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't recognize the name.
Yeah, we got it. All right, so we're going to put it on, and then you can go ahead.
Hello, everybody. The idea of ours is called .live. Why so? Basically, what we are trying to do very much is that our idea is to give back a balanced and more meaningful life for people who are either suffering to depression, burnout, or who are just so busy that they have somehow lost the direction in their lives. You can imagine people working in the business, having high responsibility. You can imagine single mothers maybe who just are so stuck in their lives that they completely forget how the rest of the life could actually look like. It can be a sports guy training for the Olympics and then forgetting all the rest of the parts of the life. They are mostly related to the people who somehow are so disappearing into one activity that they just do not anymore recognize the need or the importance of the relationships, their own personal health, just having fun from time to time. But where's the problem is coming from? The problem is coming from those numbers that have been already repeated several times. 1 billion people out there who are having either depression or suffering the burnout on a yearly basis. It is approximately 20% of the people who actually have the burnout every single year. Those people quite often do not need or do not get the help that they actually so much need. The access to the professionals is very limited, and especially during the COVID times, the situation has gone even worse. So what is our solution? We have been building already a prototype for the last 2 years in order to prove the point that this kind of model and the method can work. But we are focusing on 4 key areas. The first one, we measure 168 hours per week. What do you actually do? And how do you feel about those activities that you do? Why so? Quite often we just need information about how the people actually do live their lives instead of just assuming based on people's best understanding. Secondly, we have developed something that we call happiness scoring model. So that if a person says, I feel like that about this activity that I just finished, for example, me participating in this hackathon, I put my data in and I get a score of this activity. basically we have the ability by now to compare the activity A to compare to the activity B to the activity C and say, considering your long-term goals, considering how those different activities make you feel, which one is the best and the most suggested one that you should do, taking also into consideration your long-term balance in your life. The third component is the long-term goals, building the perspective of how your long-term goals should look like. Majority of the people know nothing about what their long-term goals should be. We help to build that one. And the fourth, if we know how do you live your life today, if we know how would you like to live your life in the future, then we are in small pushes, small nudges, we are pushing you towards that better direction. The solution is a mobile app with certain web interfaces as well. Our business model is based on the freemium subscription model. The users in general, very busy people. As I mentioned already in the beginning, people who have lost the direction in their lives. And at the same time, it is also meant for the therapist, coaches, however those people are called in that specific case, that are trying to get those people in trouble, people in depression back on track. In the hackathon, we are focusing on the first stage of our product, the MVP. And the MVP is about the user data collection. We would like to get the first one, the measurement of 24/7, built as a product as well. We have the prototype, it is working already for 2 years, but for the product, it's not good enough yet. So we redevelop, and that's what we do in the hackathon. And we need basically a developer. We have also the plan B if we don't get the developer, so that there is still plenty to do, and then we can still build the user data collection side, but we would like to do it with the backend. The second thing that we might need actually, and what would be very helpful, if there is a psychiatrist or clinical psychologist or someone else out there who would really like to join us, we are very welcome to join the club. Thank you very much. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Margus, for that. Very comprehensive. Just maybe a couple of questions from my side. So you've been working on this for 2 years. You have some sort of prototype MVP thing. You're coming to this hackathon, and it says there that on the hackathon you want to focus on the user data collection. So can you specify a little bit more about what your plans are for the hackathon?
Well, as mentioned, those 4 big blocks that we need to have in order to have a complete product. Basically, we are looking for ways how to improve the existing prototype to the territory that it is less annoying for the user, that it requires less effort from the user to collect the data. How do they actually live their lives? Because today, at least in the prototype phase, we haven't put much energy and attention to that. We have been mostly building the scoring model, but we understand that the key element for people to start using it is actually that they have to record what they do. Otherwise, we cannot really give you insights into your life, and otherwise we cannot also give you the recommendations that you need. So simplifying that part is the crucial part for us.
Yeah. Which challenge are you submitting under?
It is under the smart mental health solutions for work, for employees, so that it's basically, it doesn't always have to be an employee, but majority of us who are struggling are probably at least some part is coming from this corporate life.
One of the challenge partners there, this Mind District, I think they have some pretty good ideas on how to keep people from how to keep people using the apps, or how do they drop out from using these types of apps. So it would be a good idea to get in touch with them and maybe see what kind of data they can make available. So you mentioned already you need a couple of people to join, developer and someone with a psychology background, right?
I would say that the developer is more important. The psychology background is probably, the person could definitely help us, but for that MVP purpose, it's not that crucial to have them around.
Yeah. Then yeah, definitely paste your link to the Event Tornado submission here in the chat. Then people can take a look at that. Yeah, good luck. I hope you make it to the top teams.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next one up is Miguel, who is already sharing his presentation. Miguel,
Hello.
Give us a second, Miguel, because I think you started sharing a bit too soon. Let me just see where you, okay, I see. Very cool. Very cool. All right, Miguel, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the problem is the consequences of poor mental health, sick leave, burnout, anxiety, depression, and ultimately leaving the company. The name of the idea is Emotion Athletes. The key insight is that emotional awareness has 50% correlation with mental health, 27% correlation with physical health. A surprising amount of illnesses are just due to repressed feelings. So, how can we help employees recognize their feelings and prevent problems? This is very similar to the previous pitch life, except that we take a different approach. We start with those who are parents. We already have videos that teach 5 to 10-year-olds about their emotions. And through their children, we also teach parents. Our idea for the hackathon is this. Companies buy it as a workplace benefit. Employees gain free access to the videos through the app and watch it with their children. Each time, the app asks them how they are feeling. And we aggregate the data in a report of the company's emotional well-being. What we need now is an app to embed our content, track emotions, aggregate data, and generate reports. Companies would use this well-being report to lower the premium they pay for health insurance, because this reduces sick leave, for example. And we also perform big data on feelings and generate alerts, such as someone in Department X is at risk of burnout, someone help, please help. This saves money and solves the pain point. What we need for the hackathon is a human resources expert, a Node.js progressive web application or mobile developer, a front-end designer, and a game expert. Thank you.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much for that, Miguel. Very cool presentation. Maybe some questions from our side as well. So what you've been doing so far is this emotional awareness videos and education tools for parents and children, right? So you educate both.
Yes. The videos are meant for 5 to 10-year-olds. And we have found, initially we were making them just for kids, but then actually parents wanted to watch them with them. So it's actually for both, for families. Yes.
Was that the insight that led you to believe that, you know, the same type of material or similar material could be used to talk to adults in the workplace about emotional awareness for grown-ups?
Yes, I think this one's for you. Come on. Yes, hi, I'm Miguel. The key insight is when our users told us that they themselves were learning about their emotions. Yeah. And when one user who was working at a company said, we should adopt this as a company workplace benefit.
Yeah, so using the same approach that you've been using so far, but applying that to employees and their, you know, people in the companies, right?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. And then
having that emotion tracker as a gatekeeper, because I'm concerned that if we just do an app for emotion tracking, that they're not going to use it. Like you said, my district, I talked to them today, and attrition is a real issue. Yeah. But if we use that as a gatekeeper to access video content, fun video content for kids, either the one we have now or the one we develop in the future, it could really work.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the plan with this big data applied to emotions. What's the plan there?
Yes, so we have a menu of about 40 emotions, and we could detect that when someone more than 5 times in a row mentions that they're feeling depressed, anxious, stressed, etc., that is a red flag. And we could anonymize that and report that to the HR manager or to the company saying someone in Team X, but all of this is anonymized because we do not want to say who, but we can say someone in Team X is having issues. You should have your team leads talk to people to understand what's going on and fix the problem.
or if you happen to have like a, I don't know, a big corporate with a lot of frontline workers, and there's a surge in burnout or depression in a certain department, then you might want to identify that and talk to their manager, right?
Right, exactly. And prevention here is key. Yes, the key is prevention. And I forgot to mention that I have a background in software development and artificial intelligence, so all the data science part is taken care of.
And who else do you have in the team at the moment?
I forgot to mention that. Yes, we have a medical doctor, me, software developer and engineer, and the other two people who were there with the puppets are the actresses who served as the voices for the puppets. And in the hackathon, we also have a web developer and growth hacker.
Are you looking?
The same person.
Are you looking for more people to join your team at the moment, or?
Yes. Let me say again, human resources experts. This would really help to know how. So the big problem is not technical. We have all of that in the team. The problem is psychological or social. How do we get people to report their emotions or to talk about them or to recognize them?
Yeah.
If we can find someone who can turn our existing Node.js application, web application, into an app, that would be great. We could also use a front-end designer or a game expert.
Mm-hmm. And are you guys,
like Stanislav said, we can hustle all of that with what we have in the team.
Exactly.
Startup mode.
Are you all based in Portugal, or?
We are based in Portugal, yes.
All right.
But we do all the work virtually, so we're a distributed team.
All right, very cool. Yeah, I don't know if someone else has some questions for Miguel or for the puppet. Does the puppet have a name?
Yes, his name is Bulgy. Bulgy, because of my eyes. My eyes bulge.
Right. Yeah, so just like I said to all the teams, make sure you post, paste.
Yes, I'll do that right now.
There, and then people can take a look at it. And definitely in your case, I think having a video pitch link in your Event Tornado submission. Yeah, so there's no specific place for the link. Just if you happen to have a video, you can just add on your description, add that text, as a text, the YouTube.
See this link for the YouTube pitch. Yes, got it. Thank you.
All right. Obrigado, Miguel. Thank you. And
thank you.
Go to the next one. Actually, there is no next one that I have on my list. I don't see if there are other people. So at the moment, there's no one else on the list. So do we have anyone else that wants to pitch that hasn't pitched yet? Because I think we still have a few that haven't. There's the chatbot ident COVID.
Sunflower? No, sunflower.
There's Sunflower, yeah. There's at least two more that haven't pitched. So I don't know if they're here. So does anyone else here on this Zoom call want to present their idea, even if you haven't submitted anything on Event Tornado, even if you haven't submitted a slide deck? Now's your chance to talk to the world and tell us if you have an idea. And there were at least two more people that had submitted something. But
just send the slide, yeah.
Yeah. There was the chatbot ident COVID, and then there was the Sunflower. But I don't see them here.
If that's the case, I think we will wrap it up for now.
Yeah. So I think if there's no one else who wants to present, then what we will do is we will close the session now. So all the teams, we had 15 different pitches here. So all the teams that pitched, they have sent the link to their Event Tornado submission. So you can go out and check them in Event Tornado. There's a lot more ideas on Event Tornado than just the ones that were here today. And like I mentioned, there's like 400 people on Event Tornado. A lot of them don't have a team yet. So now is also the opportunity to chase these people and try to find the relevant ones to your team. So also be active on Event Tornado on the chat to try to get some participants to join you. As for us, we will probably do another one of these events before the 7th. So we also get an opportunity for the ones that didn't pitch today to also pitch. And best of luck to the ones that pitched today, and I hope you guys get a team in place, and make sure you finalize your submission by the 7th. After that, we're going to make a selection, and the top teams per challenge are going to make it to the hackathon. So you need to be on the top ones to make it to the hackathon. So make sure you choose your challenge accordingly and be ready for it. I don't know if anyone else wants to still present something. No?
Going once.
Going twice.
Just a second, I have like a hint that someone still wants to pitch. Okay, wrong feeling. If someone still wants to pitch, then now is the last time. But yeah, I encourage the ones, I noticed a couple of the ones that had not put their submission up yet. Just put the submission out. There's nothing to be scared of. So that's the only way you can get the participants to your team.
Yep, do that before before too late. Otherwise, you won't get enough people to take a look at it. But that's it from our side. Thank you very much to everyone who was here. Thank you very much to all of you who pitched your ideas, and catch you later on Event Tornado.
Ciao.
Bye. Thanks for organizing this.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Where are the breakout rooms?
Yeah, we thought that we would do the breakout rooms, but I think it was Brian. But I think that we have already done this for 2 hours, and at the moment, Brian, we only have 16 people. We only have 16 people here, so I think most of the people already left. So that's why I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to do the breakout rooms, because we had 15 ideas pitched, and if we have 16 participants, then I think most of the people who are here were the ones pitching. So I think for anyone who's interested in connecting with the pitchers, just make sure you find their submission on Event Tornado. Most of them are already there, so you can do that directly on the chat function in Event Tornado.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice weekend, everyone.